Hey guys, and we are here with a cup of Joe with John. We're missing Jordy, and so we're here with John and me, giving you guys all the best bingo action, streaming you guys live on the Pilot TV, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both those.
That's right, but we are broadcasting on a lot of those new Pilot TVs. You might be watching on one right now at one of those new locations that just got them. And we just sent them out to Smiley's Tavern, B&L Bar and Moen's Bar, Rodney's Tavern, Oleander's Saloon, Big Dog Sports Cafe, and, of course, the Lamplighter Bar.
Yeah, definitely some great locations there, and we got some great jackpots in store for you guys today. We got 4 jackpots that are on our jackpot highlight watch list. The first one, of course, is that TwinsBingo 25-cent edition that's already grown to $3,780, and you guys can win that in 52 balls or less. It stays at 52 balls or less. So no matter how large the jackpot gets, how small the jackpot is, it always is the same likelihood of going out.
Some awesome stuff, but of course we do have the Jackpot Hunter 25-cent cards to look out for today because we got a double header. That major is looking good along with that minor jackpot. But let's hop into the major first and take a look. It's at $5,719. You can win that in 53 balls or less.
Yeah. Wow, really nice stuff there.
Oh, 100%. But that minor is looking pretty good too. It's starting off the day almost, reset, but it's at $28 and 79 cents. So that's halfway to clicking up in ball count. So as you guys know, though, it clicks up every time it hits up $50.
Yes, and then 52 is the start off point. Then it goes up to 56, 60, 64. Once it hits 64 at $150, it then continues to grow in money amount. But you guys have to win it in 64 balls or less. But that usually happens in like the first game of it being at 64 balls or less. And speaking of 64 balls or less, our minor jackpot in the $1 edition is starting off right there because me and you, we left it off as it was growing super big. We barely gave out any jackpots yesterday because of it, but it's primed and ready. $393 available on that one. Should be over $400 once we get all the players enrolled, and you guys could take home that cash in 64 balls or less.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane. So come on out tonight, and also for TwinsBingo too, because it's also always at 52 balls or less to win.
Oh, for sure. Live bingo is going to be primed today, 100%. And we're going to be primed to give out a lot of jackpot, as yesterday was one of our slowest jackpot days that we've had over the past few months because we only gave out one single jackpot.
That's right. Went out to Nate over at Shortstop Fridley, and Nate took home $635. And Nate was actually one of the minor jackpot winners from yesterday. Was able to get it over that $600 mark, so nice job, Nate. But other than that, we also had Billy over at VFW Blaine, not quite getting to the $600 amount, but winning a minor jackpot yesterday of $373.
Good job, Billy. Definitely some nice stuff there. And you guys can always find some nice jackpots in our e-tabs. We give out thousands of e-tabs jackpots every single day, but we got one e-tab that we got to highlight for today, and that is the brand new one that just came out in 2022, and that is Blazing Wheels. Try your luck spinning the Blazing Wheel in the bonus round to win some scorching prizes.
Oh, 100%. That's definitely really cool. We always have those new e-tab games coming out pretty regularly.
We'll be announcing a new e-tab pretty soon. I'm not sure on the exact date that's coming out, but we will be highlighting it on the broadcast pretty soon. But you guys also want to give our Facebook a like and follow because they always keep that up to date with those new e-tabs that are about to hit your guys' iPads.
Oh, 100%. But also, you might want to take a look out your window as we're speaking about this because we're about to get into today's weather over in Duluth, Minnesota. And they got some pretty cool stuff going on, emphasis on cool. It's going to be mainly cloudy with snow showers around this morning. High is going to be around 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be blowing north just north at 10 to 15 miles per hour with a 50% chance of snow.
Yeah, I don't like that news because usually over us here in Michigan, we are about a week behind the weather you guys get over there in Minnesota.
It blows on over to us pretty easy.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't want that weather to come over to us. But hey, 35 degrees, a perfect day to stay inside and play some pilot games. And even heading into the night, you're going to want to play some pilot games because it is cold as well. Some clouds in this evening will give way to mainly clear skies overnight, but the low is going to be 22 degrees. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Definitely not as windy, but definitely cooling off.
100%. But of course, we have a lot of stuff to start off your day with. I mean, we're doing something right now. It's a cup of Joe with John this time.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, with the other John, the Gaelic John.
Yes, the Gaelic John.
That's of course. But right after this, after we analyze all the jackpots you guys can win throughout the day, we head on into some Twins Bingo. It's the 25-cent cards, and you can play it from 12 to 1 p.m. You can get 10 chances at that jackpot of $3,780. You can win it in 52 balls or less.
Yeah, and you can also take home some points to the Twiking Zone by playing those 10 games. Don't even have to win the jackpot to be taking home some points. Some Muscos will just do. But hey, I know you guys want those jackpots, and that will affect your standings even more, as we had one shakeup in these entire standings, and that was in the back end, as Mikey Wins over at Steve-O's was able to pass up Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon. Mikey Wins now has a total points of 90,000 points, with Elsa at Titan Sports Saloon with 89,000 points. What a close race between those two players, trying to make sure they don't get bumped out of the top 10.
Very, very true. But other than that, we have our top 6 players in the 100,000 point club, with Brizo in 7th place, trying to peek in there, only 5,000 points away from making the club at 95,000 points. But other than all that, we have the top 3 still remaining the same.
Can I talk about one close race? That it's actually a close race right before that top 3 between GTZ over at Sal's Bar and Grill and 4th place Bobo at Corner Bar and Goodhue. Only 3,000 points ahead of GTZ. Bobo sitting there. So, I mean, that can be made up in one Twins Bingo game if you're able to take home every single Musco.
Very true. So definitely watch out, Bobo and GTZ. Hope you heard that, because that is definitely some helpful information. But top 3 still the same. It is in 3rd place Sinbob over at Corky's Bar South Haven, 139,000 points, only 2,000 points behind 2nd place Nan over at Corky's Bar in South Haven. So pretty close race between those two as well.
Rivalry at the same location, Corky's Bar South Haven. They're probably giving each other glares at the side glances.
100%. I see it already. But of course, nice job to you two. Keep it up. I'm really looking forward to see who can best the other one at the end of the season.
The top 2 spot is huge.
Yeah, but in 1st place, they still have a little while to go until they can catch up to this guy. It's Scrub Eye over at American Legion Fridley with 192,000 points.
Yeah, really close to getting to that 200,000 point club.
Very true.
On the location side of these standings, we had a few ties being broken up during this. Getting bumped back from an 8th place tie into 9th place now is VFW Blaine with 154,000 points. The location moving out of that tie in sole possession of 8th place now is Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards in Coon Rapids, now with 155,000 points.
Wow, only 1,000 points between those two. That is pretty tight. But we got another tie being broken up in 4th place. So getting pretty high up in the standings now. In 4th place, it's now Eagles Rochester, all on their lonesome, because they kicked out Corner Bar in Goodhue. They booted them back to 5th place. And they were able to improve it nominally more, like a tiny bit. They have 267,000 points, only 2,000 points ahead of Corner Bar.
Yeah, we'll see if any of these close races can be broken up and see some leads be made. But our top 3 do have a little bit of a lead on actually each one of each other, because in 3rd place we got American Legion Fridley with 299,000 points, only one win away from getting into that 300,000 point club. But 81,000 points already into that club with 381,000 points in 2nd place. We got Corky's Bar South Haven, and then the largest leap of the entire standings, locations and players, because with 628,000 points in 1st place, we have VFW Spring Lake Park.
Wow, that's some awesome stuff. Nice job to all those players and locations. You guys are doing great stuff. But we are listening to a super cool E-Tab right now. It's called Rock and Gold. It kind of reminds me of a Rock and Roller Coaster from the Hollywood studios at Disney.
Oh, it does. Yeah. I see that now. Definitely. I never thought about that, but I definitely can see it now that you say it.
Yeah.
Rock and Gold, definitely a great game to go check out.
Oh, well, it's like a drive-in movie theater in the 50s theme. It's super fun. Check it out. It definitely is worth a look because it has a fun theme, like we were talking about, fun music too. We listen to it a pretty good amount on the broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
But if you don't feel like checking out Rock and Gold, you can check out one of the other 50 different charitable E-Tab games we have at Pilot Games. You can play any of them anytime to win huge prizes up to $1,500. All of these games have small bets between 50 cents and $5, and awesome bonus and free play rounds too. And, I mean, they're super easy to get access to as well. All you got to do is, like, go up to your bartender, be like, hey, can I have one of the E-Tab devices? And they'd be like, yeah,
Yeah, make sure you got a little bit of cash in hand to be able to hand over to them. They'll just go over, log it into their own little iPad, and then you'll have that whatever $20 that you handed over to them to get money on that iPad. It's super fun.
Exactly. And, 50 different games that you can play, and they're all different. It's definitely super cool. Check it out, and let us know which one is your favorite, because there is one for everybody. But, of course, we are continuing along our bingo schedule. Yes. So you might have played Twins Bingo from 12 to 1, played a couple E-Tab games for 5 minutes during the intermission time.
Oh, yeah.
And then from 1 to 4 p.m., you can enjoy some Jackpot Hunter 25-cent cards. They're all a lot of fun. We got some nice prizes geared up in these ones, too. Starting it off with that minor jackpot, it's at $28.79 in 52 balls or less. That major jackpot is at $5,719 in 53 balls or less.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you could take home the major and not take home the minor, which is pretty comical.
No, it does not ever look like that. It doesn't look like that very often.
No, it does not.
But, of course, and that mega jackpot's looking pretty good, too. It's clicking up, so keep your eyes peeled on it. It's 25 grand right now in 45 balls or less. And, it's supposed to start clicking up maybe even this week.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see when that shakeup can happen. But after those games of Jackpot Hunter 25-cent edition, from right at 4 o'clock, we got some Lucky 4 bingo action. It's the grand start of our happy hour. $10,150 available in that Lucky 4 bingo game that gets you right into some Jackpot Hunter action, where we play 23 games of it from 4 all the way till 6 o'clock. We have a mega jackpot that's at 100 grand, just went out a few weeks ago. It's at 43 balls or less. That major prize is growing once again at $979, 48 balls or less to win. And the belle of the ball, minor jackpot, $393 available on that one. 64 balls or less to be able to take home. Definitely come out for that happy hour to be able to win multiple minor jackpots just like that one.
Awesome stuff. But of course, speaking of those jackpots going out, we have a lot of Jackpot Hunter standings to get into. Because really cool stuff going on in these. You guys earn points for them every day from 4 to 6 for the $1 editions only, not the 25-cent edition. But of course, the players looking pretty good. We don't actually have any shakeups. I thought I saw one for a second.
Shakeups. We do have some. We have a lot of close races happening, but no shakeups really happened in these standings. As I mean, we gotta talk about the 6th place tie between some big time players, Kimmy at Nisawa Legion and 2 Agril at Jimmy G's Bar. I mean, they both have 57,000 points. But then you go to the next spots ahead of them, and it's still super close.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even anywhere from 8th place to 4th place, they're all 9,000 points within each other.
Yes.
And that's how many? 5 different people in there.
Yeah, Elsa's in that 8th place spot with 52,000 points. The largest up there in 4th place that you're talking about, Kev over the Dia stand, only 9,000 points ahead with 61,000 points.
Very true. So, I mean, honestly, Elsa could have a hot day and end up in the top 4.
Yeah, so I'll definitely keep that up. And to give you guys, 5th place is also Brother Nat at the Chart House with 59,000 points. So it's all super, super close from 8th all the way to 4th place.
Very true. But other than that, top 3 is still remaining the same. 3rd place, it is not Lucky over at American Legion Fridley this time. So changing up the location. I respect it. I respect it. But they have 83,000 points in 3rd. Now in 2nd place, we got Bowl over Corner Bar and Goodhue with 112,000 points. And in first place, it is Bobo over at Corner Bar and Goodhue as well with 140,000 points.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my eye out on Bull, though, as he's been really creeping in, closing that gap that Bobo had made very, very early on in the season.
Yeah. I feel like I've been seeing Bull more than Bobo.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I think. I think Bobo had a good night yesterday. I think got a few wins, but Bull can definitely come out there and get some wins and definitely close that gap. But I'll definitely highlight it more once it gets within like 10,000 points.
That's what I'm saying.
The location standings have been pretty fun, though, as we got one location out of the 75,000 point club, and that's Sundance Golf Banquet Bowl in Dayton. They have 72,000 points, only about 4,000 points away from the 9th place location, American Legion Fridley, with 76,000 points. But it doesn't get any more spread out after that, as 79,000 points for the 8th place location, Shady's Railside and Rice. 82,000 points, only 3,000 point gap there between 7th place Billy's Rockford. Then only a 1,000 point gap between 6th place Gas Can Bar and Grill with 83,000 points, and another 1,000 point gap for Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 with 84,000 points in 5th place.
Yeah, no, I mean, from 9th to 5th, that is super, super tight.
And you could even argue that Sundance Golf Banquet Bowl is right in that competition as well, as when we go all the way up to that 5th place spot, it is only a 12,000 point gap.
And in locations, that's not a whole lot.
Oh, no, because you can have a bunch of players there getting a few wins, and you can really accumulate points.
Yeah, very, very true. But other than that, I mean, our top 4 is still remaining the same. In 4th place, just outside of the 100,000 point club, it's Concordia Lanes, the new home, with 99,000 points, just right side out of it. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But just right outside of it. Nice job, Concordia Lanes. In 3rd place, we got Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 154,000 points. 2nd place, it's VFW Spring Lake Park with 180,000 points. And in 1st place, to nobody's surprise, it is Corner Bar and Goodhue with 367,000 points. Almost to cut their deficit down by about 100,000, but even then they would be very, very far in 1st place.
Yeah, they're so far ahead. A really, really dominant location. And you guys can finish out that happy hour bingo with our grand finale of Lucky 4 Bingo, 6 p.m. edition. It's the same exact jackpot available, $10,150. So if you don't win it at 4 o'clock, you'll have another shot at 6 o'clock. And after that, you get into some Skull Bingo $1 edition that runs from 6 all the way till 10 with a little bit of an interruption in the middle. But the jackpot's still looking great for that Skull Bingo.
Oh, 100%, because we're starting it off with that Lion prize. It's at $368 and 10 balls or less. That large frame is at $9,358 and 43 balls or less. And that cover-all prize is at $38,265 and 50 balls or less. So you definitely do not want to miss out on any 3 of those prizes tonight. They are all definitely some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, they really, really are. And the interruption that I was talking about that will be interrupting that Skull Bingo right at 6:40 is going to be MegaSota Game Night. It starts at 6:40 every single Tuesday. There's a bunch of PGL tournament action, as well as a Jackpot Jungle coverall that you guys can take home $6,273. And that's the amount before anybody gets enrolled. And you can win that cash in 54 balls or less.
Cool. That's some awesome stuff. Definitely come out for MegaSota Game Night. That is tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you also get another chance at Jackpot Hunter.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So if we leave off any jackpots that
just like last night.
Yeah, super available, they're easy wins during that MegaSota Game Night.
Very true. We definitely get points from that, too.
The Jackpot Hunter?
Yeah.
I think so. I guess that all the points that are played of Jackpot Hunter $1 edition goes to our points.
Yeah.
But
we can maybe check a little bit in with so maybe Tony can go over it tonight once over MegaSota Game Night.
Oh, but Tony's not here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Tony isn't here
tonight.
Yeah,
no, it's actually going to be me and Will. It's going to be Will's first specialty night coming to you guys live for MegaSota Game Night. It's going to be super fun. We're going to have a blast doing it. And I'm just excited for Will to get his first chance at some of these tournament-style games because they're so much different than the live bingo that we play every single day.
Exactly. So that will be definitely a lot of fun, but we'll extract the information from Tony, and we'll let you guys know if you still earn points for that because that would be pretty big.
Yeah, that definitely would be. Another big PGL night, though, is tomorrow night.
Very true. It's Wild Wednesday. It goes from 7 to 9 like it does every single Wednesday. Got a lot of awesome PGL games during this time, too. I know those high and low games, those are some of my favorites. We have them during Wild Wednesday. And also, at the very end of the night, we got one game of Jackpot Jungle to end off everything. And we have a coverall prize on there, actually a little bit bigger than the one on MegaSota Game Night right now. But it's the 25-cent edition, and it's at $11,502. So definitely worth, trying some chances at it.
Oh, that's for sure, especially on a 25-cent card. And everybody who's going to be competing on those nights got to be signed up at PGL.world to become a member of our league. PGL players compete for points and have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a bunch of information in it. In our PGL standings, we had no shakeups, though. As our third place, we got Big Dog. Second place, we got Keith. And in first place, we got Bam Bam, absolutely dominating. And on the location side, we got in third place, Neeson's Gaylord. Second place, Billy's Rockford. And in first place, Third Rail Bar Grill. We'll see if that can be shaken up tonight, as some of those are really, really close races, like Billy's Rockford and Third Rail Bar and Grill in first and second place in those standings.
100%. But also, just definitely check out our Facebook for any information that you guys can find about Pilot Games. You can always message us, too, if you can't find everything on there that you're looking for. But, of course, Linktree, super helpful, too. Might have the stuff you're looking for. But, of course, we have an awesome thing to get into because it's the end of Cup of Joe. We've got a player spotlight, and, of course, it's one of our legendary Pilot Gamers here. It is Mad Dog over at Lincoln Depot, and they took home $27,266 over that last week. It was awesome. It was that Twins Bingo jackpot.
And the Lincoln Depot supports an awesome charity. I was really, it's a different one that I haven't seen before, and that's the St. Cloud Golden Gloves. And their mission is to promote and supply youth boxing by providing adequate funding, coaching, and any other educational and athletic benefit to youth boxing, coaching, and overall program of boxing throughout the central Minnesota area.
That's some awesome stuff. And just, when we're supporting these really cool charities, it leads us right back around to whenever you guys play Pilot Games, your community wins. Have a nice day, guys.
Hey guys, and probably our favorite part of doing the job that we do is giving out massive jackpots. And we give out so many massive jackpots every single week, and we give out a bunch during the weekend as well. So we'd like to highlight those weekend jackpots, which got us to a jackpot total so far this season of 359 jackpots.
That is super exciting, but starting Friday off, we had Meh24 over at the Wild Boar Bar and Grill, who took home $861.
Good job, Matt. We also had Iron Tail over at Jimmy G's Bar, taking home $1,308.
Nicely done. Then we had Sam and Diane over at McPete's Sports Bar and Grill, taking home $691.
We also had Helen B-Day, happy birthday, Helen, over at Wild Bill Sports Saloon in Rochester, taking home $1,030.
Nicely done. Next up, finishing off Friday right, was Policy Man over at the Arlington Dugout, taking home a whopping $17,039.
Yeah, the largest jackpot of the weekend.
Ooh.
But Saturday was really good as well, as Stingray over at Booney's Bar and Grill took home $605.
Oh, and it doesn't stop there. Willie over at Van Bullies took home $676.
We also had Spencer B over at Don's Corner Bar taking home $738.
Next up is a big-time long player. It's Fred Trisha over at VFW Spring Lake Park, getting to take home $738.
Another great player, Tamjer, over at American Legion Pine City, taking home $930.
Nicely done. Then finishing off Saturday, we had Bruce T over at VFW Blaine, taking home $792.
Well, let's get this Sunday started off right with another longtime player, Baba Booey, over at Granite City Food and Brewery Roseville, taking home $3,294.
Nicely done. Next up, we had Reno over at Grumpy's Bar Cold Spring, who got to take home $695.
Oh, yeah, and then the final jackpot of the entire weekend went out to Ask Me over at Bleachers, taking home $1,012.
Nicely done to all of our jackpot winners. Try your hand at all of the bingo we have to offer to take home some jackpots as well. And remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.
Hey guys, and we love our lunchtime bingo, and Twins Bingo is a blast to play, but we still haven't given out a jackpot heading into this week of Season 11 in Twins Bingo. So we'll see if that jackpot can go out in this week. Should be some super exciting stuff, and should be giving out some crazy Twiking Zone points.
Absolutely, so make sure you guys are coming out at 12 to 1 to try your hand, but we want to talk about these standings. And so jumping right into the player side of things, in 9th place, we start off with a tie between Mikey Wins over at Steve-O's and Elsa at Titan Sports Saloon, both with 88,000. Right ahead of them, though, with 89,000 in 8th place, we got Doggo 11 over at the Polar Lounge. With 93,000, it's Brizo over at Atomic Star Tavern, sitting in 7th. And then in 6th place, it's GTZ over at the Midi with 111,000 points. But with 115,000 in 5th place, we got Yo-Yo over at Riverside Store and Tavern. 4th place is Bobo over at Corner Bar in Goodhue, sitting with 124,000. In 3rd place, we got Simbob over at Corky's Bar South Haven, sitting with 132,000. But right ahead of him with 133,000, it's Nan at Corky's Bar South Haven, sitting in 2nd. And then our 1st place player is Scrub Eye at American Legion Fridley, sitting with 166,000 points accumulated so far.
Well, good job to those players already getting into the 100,000 point club, but our entire top 10 is already in that 100,000 point club. As we get started off in 10th place, we got Titan Sports Saloon Oakdale with 120,000 points. With 136,000 points in 9th place, we got Main Street Pub and Kimball. 8th place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 147,000. Hey guys, and we are getting into some Twins Bingo action. $3,818 available of total prizes as we're getting into this game, and it should be some really, really fun stuff. We are streaming live on the Pilot TV Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch, and so we're super, super excited about that stuff. Make sure you guys are checking in and also checking out the locations that just got some brand new Pilot TVs.
That's right, we just sent them out recently to these following locations. We got Smiley's Tavern, BNL Bar, Moen's Bar, Rodney's Tavern, Oleander Saloon, Big Dog Sports Cafe, and the Lamplighter Bar. Definitely some really cool locations, getting some shiny new Pilot TVs. Hopefully you guys are watching on them right now, but we do have balls dropping for this very first game of Twins Bingo. We got the must-go prizes on the line and the large M at $4 with that jackpot at $3,806.
Ooh, some really, really good stuff. And we already got one of our big-time players, GTZ, 2 balls away, as well as many, many more. But we had a few jackpots go out one jackpot actually go out yesterday, and that was out to Nate over at the Shortstop Fridley, winning $635, making our rolling week 29 jackpots for the rolling week and 291 for season 11.
Wow, but we do have a winner. It's Tom over at VFW Spring Lake Park, taking away that line prize. Nice job, Tom.
I think I said 291. It's 391. We have a lot more than that.
The next one up. That's right.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. So good job to all those jackpot winners, as well as the winners that got it done during our Jackpot Hunter games, which one of them was Nate, who made our jackpot list.
That's right. Nate was half of our jackpots yesterday. The other half, it was Billy over at VFW Blaine, taking away $373. Nice job, Billy and Nate.
Yeah.
Got the yin to his yang.
yes, very, very true. Do you think Billy's coming back for the next season of Stranger Things?
Oh, yeah.
I see a theory that he's the bad guy now.
That'd be awesome.
I
could totally see that
like
happening.
there's apparently in the trailer there's a flash of like this humanoid type thing, and they think that that's what is now Billy.
Yeah, it took him over or whatever.
Yes.
I could totally see that.
Yeah, and so I'm very, very interested to see. I like Stranger Things enough that I'm excited to see the next season.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, I think season 3, I know a lot of people were like not super huge about, but season 3 was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, I just don't think they can ever recapture the greatness of like the first season and like the second season, because like the first and second season had that kid wonder and everything to it, as well as like they just did a really good job mixing the children comedy within it as well.
It was like the first season was perfect. It was literally like Super 8.
Yes.
If it was a show.
And like a perfectly done Super 8.
Yes, exactly. But we do have a winner. It's none other than Brenda over at Bedrock, taking away that large M. Nice job, Brenda.
Yeah, good job. We're now working on a $7 must-go, and it's going out to Wishful over at the Sunset Grill, taking home that $7 must-go prize in 60 balls. Now we're getting rolled into a game number 2 of Twins Bingo. We were talking a little bit about Stranger Things, and excited about the new season. But the first season I thought was just so well done.
Yeah.
Is by far my favorite season out of the entire series.
Yeah.
And then the second season, they did a really good job of extending on the universe. And it kind of just felt like they needed to have like a conclusion at the end of that second season, and like a new bad guy had to show up.
Very true.
Kind of thing.
It feels like now it's like, okay, we're still on this like laboratory in the small town.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like we're still doing this.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of just went a little too long for my liking. And they found out like too much about it, and it's just like it removes the scariness of the stuff.
I feel like it would have been cool if like it closed in the first season and it didn't come back until like later. You know what I mean?
If it was like a comeback in like 3 seasons later kind of thing.
And it had been like, like kind of marinating down there a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But like I think it would have been cool if the second season was all about Eleven finding about her background and stuff, and that's when she met those other deviant mutant people.
Yes.
That like it was more about that. I feel like that would have been cool.
That would have been cool. I think that honestly they could do that same thing that you're talking about, having it skip a couple seasons in basically the last season, and then basically have it come back where like then it would be more of a surprise that like Billy comes back as the villain kind of thing.
Very true, very true. No, that would be definitely pretty sweet. But yeah, I'm definitely pretty excited for this upcoming season. Isn't it supposed to come out in July again?
Sometime this year. I'm not sure when it's coming out this year, but
I know last time it was July 4th. But that was purely because it was the special episode.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely pretty cool stuff. I know I'm excited for when those new Netflix shows come out, especially like the top ranking ones like Stranger Things and that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. And maybe we can get Ben to check in and see if he can find the release release date for that show. But while we're waiting, we do have a new E-tab to talk about, and that's Blazing Wheels. Try your luck spinning the Blazing Wheel in the bonus round to see if you can win some scorching prizes.
Oh, 100%. And we have just been releasing a bunch of new E-tab games recently, and we are continuing to do so. So when you want to know when those new E-tab games come out, give us a like and follow on our Facebook page. Search up Pilot Games and you will see our logo. That way you can see those weekly bingo schedules, event details, and reminders, like when new games come out, or maybe when we have another additional specialty night of the week, like game nights and stuff like that. Big progressives and jackpots too. Player pictures, and a lot more than that is available on our Facebook. You can also click the website link we have in our bio to see our link tree, which has links to bar locations you can play Pilot Games at, other social medias like Twitter and Instagram, and a lot more stuff than that as well.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Really good stuff on our Facebook page. And like you said, you can find progressives there. And we can talk about some of those highlighted progressives that we have throughout today, as we're already on our first highlight progressive, and that's that 3,800, and we'll see what it's at after the first ball drops. And it's taking a while for this ball to drop.
That's
$3,835 available on that one. And so definitely come out for the next few games of Twins Bingo. Should be some really, really good stuff. But even after that, we have some more of the highlighted bingos that we talked about in Cup of Joe.
Very true. I mean, we got the Jackpot 125-cent edition coming to you guys from 1 to 4 right after this. We got the minor jackpot looking pretty good to start the day off. It's at $28, halfway to clicking up to 56 balls or less.
Yes.
Clicks up every $50. In case you didn't know. And of course that major is looking pretty good too. $5,719. 53 balls or less.
Yeah, you always know when that major prize gets over 52, it gets intense because you can win it before the minor prize, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Exactly, but we got another one. We got Brenda over at Bedrock taking away another prize. Nice job, Brenda.
Oh, yeah, and we got another highlighted jackpot for today, and that's that Jackpot Hunter $1 edition that runs from 4 all the way till 6 o'clock. 23 chances, and the first minor is probably going to be going out in the very first game. $393 available on that one, and 64 balls or less. I would be surprised if it makes it to a game too.
Oh, I would be very surprised. So if you want to get a chance at that one, you're going to have to come in pretty timely because that will be right at 4 p.m. when that first game's being played.
Yeah, you'll definitely need to be there right at 4 o'clock. And even check out that Lucky 4 Bingos that bracket those games that have $10,000 on the line.
Oh, I know we get the first chance at 4 p.m. If we don't get it at 4, we get another chance at 6 p.m. So definitely very worth your while. But right after all those games of the happy hour broadcast, we got Skull Bingo, the $1 cards coming to you guys tonight. And we are going to have a little interruption during it. But so we'll be playing it from like 6 to 6:40, and then afterwards about 8:30 to 10. So you're going to have like about 2 hours to get at Skull Bingo tonight. And it's looking pretty good because that line prize, $368. Large frame is at over $9,000.
Wow.
And the coverall prize is over $38,000. So, I mean, you're definitely going to want to come out for Skull Bingo.
Yeah, that's some super fun stuff. We do have Burt over at Bedrock taking home that large M of $5. And we've clicked over to an $8 must-go coverall prize.
Awesome.
But the interruption you talked about, a highlighted game. MegaSota game night at 6:40 every single Tuesday. It's super fun. We play a bunch of PGL action games. It's usually Tony and Nikki bringing you guys all that PGL action. Today, it's going to be me and Will, giving Will his first specialty night, trying to give out a bunch of great prizes, as well as that one game of Jackpot Hunter, so he'll be familiar with that one. But outside of that, he's never done any of these games that we're going to be playing, and it should be a blast. Definitely come out, even for the grand finale Jackpot Jungle game, $1 edition, $6,273 on the line in 54 balls or less.
That's right, but we have another winner. It's Tom over at VFW Spring Lake Park taking away that coverall prize. Nice job, Tom.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. Now we are going to get enrolled into a game number 3 of Twins Bingo.
Yes, that's right. Game number 3 coming up to you guys, so definitely get enrolled. In the meantime, I'm telling you about what's happening tomorrow night because we do have MegaSota game night tonight, but we got Wild Wednesday happening from 7 to 9 tomorrow like it is every single Wednesday. We got a lot of awesome PGL games during that time too, including a high and low tournament game. That's a lot of fun. It's one of my personal favorites because the biggest loser, which is usually me in those types of games, I'm not very lucky with bingo. The biggest loser gets a first place prize, which is awesome. It's a lot of fun. So definitely check those out. We play different tournament games all throughout the night, leading up to that last game of Jackpot Jungle.
Yes.
Some awesome stuff on that coverall prize. You could get in 52 balls or less, $11,502. And it's a little different from the MegaSota Game Night version because it's the 25-cent cards instead of the $1 cards.
Yeah, it's definitely some really, really good stuff. So definitely come out for both of our specialty nights. But we do have some special national days on this National Day list, as this one's an important one. It's International Chernobyl Remembrance Day. Each year on April 26th, International Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day marks the anniversary of the historic nuclear accident. The day also focuses on the prevention of future nuclear disasters.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably like one of the most known, instances of whatchamacallit, that happening.
Yeah, an accident like that where it completely removed civilization from that area.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they still have the elephant's foot in there. Which is that huge lump of just radioactive waste.
Wow.
That if you even, it's crazy because if you even, get close enough, in the hallway to see it, you'll leave with very lethal radiation poisoning and probably not recover from it.
It doesn't surprise me that that's the case, because it's still affecting all the environment around it through just the extensive, just continuous release of those toxic.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I know they actually have a docu-series about it. It's dramatized a little bit, but I know I was reading about it because I wanted to know if it was historically accurate at all.
Yes,
and it was, and I actually people were raving about it because of how accurate it was to the events that happened. It was an HBO Max series that is literally just called Chernobyl, and it's literally just about the events that led up to Chernobyl and what happened during it and why it happened and stuff.
Wow, that's really, really crazy stuff. And I mean, it's something that I probably should do a little bit more research on, as I don't know much. I just know about the drastic big event that happened.
Yeah.
But all my other knowledge from it comes from horror movies, the
exactly
Chernobyl Diaries and stuff like that.
That one, exactly that. People were so fantasized about it, just like that. It was nothing like that has ever happened before.
Oh yeah.
And there's always nuclear mutants and stories about that. But I know it's crazy, just I
definitely need to read up about it. As a kid, I actually thought Chernobyl was a fake place.
Oh yeah, it was just a story or something like that.
Yes, when I first started watching horror movies, I thought it was just a not real place that it was where this radiation of was affecting it. But then when I found out that it was real, it's a devastating event that happened.
Yeah, it's very crazy. But we do have a couple winners: SNS and GTZ, both split. Oh, and FW Vice. All of them splitting up that line prize. But of course, Chernobyl Remembrance Day, it's just one of those days to remember all the people, that were affected by it. And honestly, all the first responders that were helping during that time too.
Wow.
Because what's crazy? They sent firefighters to the response of that.
Really?
And in no protective gear at all, just firefighter gear.
Wow.
And these guys were literally trying to help people and picking up these nuclear parts and not realize
weren't people just passing out? They would just drop because
they
they'd
were
be
dropping.
Grabbing a piece of nuclear waste
from the core reactor. Because it blew up and blew out.
Had shards everywhere.
And there's shards everywhere. And these guys were trying to pick up and help. And it was crazy. It was just a very crazy instances. Wow. And it's one of those things that just, now that happened, it's one of those things that everybody knows about now. So
and a great way to celebrate this day is to look up preventions for future nuclear disasters.
Yeah.
Look up different bills that denuclearize certain areas and stuff like that. Stuff like that is super important to be able to remove that kind of devastation in the world.
Yeah, and just the chance of that happening, and especially if you live near that too. But it definitely is pretty crazy stuff happening with that. But we do have a winner. We got Tom over at VFW Spring Lake Park taking away the large M. But yeah, it's just like so many different things with Hollywood branching off and just like the real life implications that it had to. It's definitely pretty crazy. But we do have some more national days to get into.
Yes.
And we actually have some pretty cool ones today, too. And, thinking that it is a Tuesday, so we have another state day coming up soon.
Yes.
But we do have another winner. We got FW Vice over at VFW Spring Lake Park taking away the coverall. Nice job, FW Vice. But into the next one, we got World Intellectual Property Day. And you guys actually might know a little bit more about this than you think. Because every April 26th, we mark World Intellectual Property Day to learn more about the role that intellectual property, also known as IP, rights play in encouraging innovation and creativity. It's the day that the United States Patent and Trademark Office, or also known as the USPTO, sponsors a celebration of World Intellectual Property Day on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff. I mean, intellectual property is super important. What drives creativity in this country? Because you can sell your ideas.
Yeah, it's super crazy. And I know intellectual property, that's like the whole basis of like why they've tried to make NFTs a thing.
Really?
Yeah, because like it's like
that makes
intellectual
sense.
property. Yeah,
That makes.
Exactly. And so it's like they own the specific blockchain for it, which is like literally just a string of code online.
Yes.
I don't know, and like they establish ownership of it.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I don't think I'll ever get behind that.
No, I mean, you think about it. It's literally NFTs are literally just the community of people giving it value. Like it's not. It doesn't have any real value. It's just because these people are like, oh, this is worth $100,000 now.
I mean, if I liked an NFT and like wanted the art piece or whatever it is, I guess I could buy it. But like,
dude, just screenshot it.
Exactly. Like I don't understand it that much.
Exactly.
So that's the.
So if you're ever like, oh, I want that NFT, you can literally just screenshot it. There's nothing like stopping you from doing that. It's not even against the law to do it.
Yeah, you just can't like then use it for like marketing or something like that.
Yeah, it's just like that specific. Like if you just like the picture, then you can just have it on your phone. Yeah,
but you start like selling that image, like
yeah, like on shirts and stuff like that. It would be a little different. But yeah, I mean, it's mind-boggling what we've started coming up with now, especially I feel like on this internet age.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
It definitely is, and intellectual property plays a big part of all that internet stuff because it is so easy to access just everyone's different opinions.
Very true. So yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously there's a lot of other stuff going into intellectual property too, but it is the World Day for it. So happy World Intellectual Property Day.
Yeah, we do have another national day as it's National South Dakota Day. On April 26th, National South Dakota Day recognizes the 40th state to join the Union. The state is bordered by 6 states, including Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, Wyoming, Montana, and its northern cousin, North Dakota.
That's pretty funny. I know. I like the Dakotas. I feel like they're very very beautiful like places for nature and stuff.
Yes, I feel like if I ever wanted to go on a camping hiking trip, going to the Dakotas would be something I would definitely want to do.
100%. I know. It was North Dakota Day the other week. And it was really cool. They had one of the biggest like indoor rainforests, and it was really insane. But we have a little bit of facts regarding the southern Dakota. There's some pretty cool stuff. We got Sioux Falls, a city in South Dakota, is its largest city.
Wow, really, really cool stuff. South Dakota has more shoreline than Florida.
What?
Interesting. They must have a lot of lakes and stuff like that, and rivers and all that.
That's crazy. Wow, winding rivers, crystal clear water, glacial lakes. That's really crazy. Yeah, the Mount Rushmore state has more miles of shoreline. That's insane.
Really, really cool stuff.
That's right. But other than that, we got a third fact for you guys. Visitors to South Dakota spend more than $1 billion. To be precise, visitor spending in South Dakota reached $1.059 billion in 2010, the last year data was made available. Of course, lots of tourists come to the Mount Rushmore state to see. Well, it's on the state quarter after all. Yeah. So, yeah, they come there to see Mount Rushmore. That's definitely one of the biggest attractions in the U.S. But we do have a couple winners. We got Nan at Corky's Bar and Buzzer Dave over at VFW UW Spring Lake Park, both of them splitting up that line prize.
Next fact is camping really is an all-American pastime. Here's a heartwarming fact. The vast majority of Americans went camping for the first time with their dad. And among Americans of all ages, camping is one of the most popular recreational activities